so from a non-critical standpoint, like, did you like this movie?
There were parts of this movie that I liked. Like, I liked a lot of, like, kind of the core concept and ideas that were done throughout it. And I'll kind of cover, I guess, some of the more specific stuff in my dislikes there. But, I mean, overall...
that was kind of my natural segue.
Sure.
For likes, dislikes.
So, what I do like is kind of the plot line in general, right? Mm-hmm. So you get Ripley. She gets, crash landed on the ship. Everyone she cares about is dead, and so she gets the clean slate. It's a good way to, keep the story going and having, no continuity issues.
Yeah.
Just kill everything off and, just start from scratch. It's great. Being kind of on, like, this desolate planet, it's like the mining colony where it's just the 25, criminals leftovers, is pretty much what they are. Like, it's a cool concept. It feels a little, like, Dead Spacey, It's like you're just, you're on this colony. There's only you and a gaggle of people. No one's really doing great. We're going to just kind of figure out what we need to do from here. And then, the gradual tension as it builds where it's like oh no, like there's acid, the burn marks inside of the pods. And, Ripley's... In the opening scenes, we see the face hugger on Ripley. Like, we know.
Yeah.
Even though it's, they try and act like this is supposed to be some, thing we find out magically later on that the alien is in her. Like, in the first 35 seconds, we knew. And I think, that's kind of one of the things where it's just like from a writing and narrative perspective, it's like, well, why did we kind of ruin that reveal? Like, that could have been super interesting if we were convinced the whole time that it was like the girl that had the alien rather than Ripley.
Yeah. I guess it was kind of that denial part of it, right? Where you go like, well, yeah, I mean, they showed that, but like, I mean, like...
She's acting fine. Usually it happens quick, right?
Right. Is Ripley just so badass that the thing was like, can't do it to her? That kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it could have opened the doors to like the egg not taking, the parasite dies or something. Maybe it's not a perfect system kind of thing.
Right.
So, I mean, they could have opened doors for that if they wanted to kind of continue it on. But yeah, I kind of feel like just number one, having all of these characters, we got 25 people and pretty much everyone gets a little bit of screen time. Mm-hmm. They all look the same because everybody's bald because they got a lice problem. Yep. Which is, I guess a good way to do that. But, then we get to shave Sigourney Weaver, and she looks weird.
Yep.
And it just makes her look like everybody else. And you lose the character a little bit. Like, when she doesn't stand out against everybody else. She just looks like one of the crew. And I feel like that's kind of just really harming to the character, is it just make them look like everybody else. There's nothing stand out except for the fact that the alien won't kill her.
Right.
So,
yeah,
it's just weird.
As far as what I liked, this story is definitely not without its flaws because there's many rules broken as far as the gestation period of the alien just on Ripley because she's the main character. We're just going to bend that fucking rule.
Well, it's the queen egg, so maybe there's different rules involved. Maybe it needs to gestate longer,
I guess. But the dog... Anyway, it's fine. I mean, the dog, like, fucking 12 hours.
Yeah.
We flipped, you know what I mean? So, whatever. It always happens really quick. So that was kind of a bummer, as well as just the effects on the dog, which is such a cool idea to have the alien dog rather than just the alien.
Yeah.
Right? You do something different with it. And then just, they went CGI, and I don't know how anybody felt that was acceptable.
No, it looked like dog shit in every single scene. There were a couple of instances where it was the practical effect model.
Yeah.
And that looked good.
Yeah.
Right? Because it just looks good because it's real.
Right.
And the CGI was all shiny and wet looking, and like it reflected so much light.
Dude, it was literally...
It looked like dog shit.
Like they... in like a PlayStation 1 game where they have like one of those cutscenes or just any like kind of villainous monster thing in like an older game like that.
Yeah.
And it's just they have that like standard motion of like
idle
I'm
animation.
alive and I'm talking.
Yeah.
See me now and I'm going to hurt you if you don't fight me.
Yeah.
Like it had that kind of thing going. It was really bad. Like when it came up after Ripley, like after she poured the lead and everything and it comes out, it looks okay.
Yeah.
And anytime we have like just an isolated headshot, looks good.
Yeah.
But yeah, just terrible. I'm practical effects all the way with everything. None of that looked good. But okay. So anyway, I'm not just gonna sit here and list everything. Some things I did like though is they recreated the first movie without really recreating the first movie. So in the first movie you have just like the one isolated place everybody's trying to survive.
Yeah.
And without just copying it, you have recreated the tension of it is just us against it.
Yeah, you're
You know,
stranded.
We are
there
in
is
this
no
one
help.
location.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool that they did it without just, copy pasting. They still had some originality to it.
Sure.
The vibe of the place is this dingy kind of, the whole desolate type deal.
Yeah, but still very like corridor heavy, right? A lot
Right.
of very like kind of that samey look to where it gives you that sense of number one, like that scale, like it's a huge place, easy to get lost in kind of thing.
Yes.
So
Yeah. So I'd watch it again, but it's not a good movie, but it's a fun movie.
sure.